If you've reached the age where everyone seems to expect your life to get smaller, safer, and easier to label, this channel is not here to help you disappear politely. We are going to talk honestly about money, work, aging, and living alone. But we are also going to protect the strange, creative parts of ourselves that make all that practical effort worth it. Because I am over 60. But I am also over trying to reduce myself to my age, my budget, my knees, and 5 sensible tips for cleaning the cat box after retirement. I'm Mary. I'm over everything, and I am still making it work.
On Thursday morning, I was working on Fab at my computer before work. I had finally gotten something almost right. Well, sort of almost right. And then I looked at the time.
Bye, Mary. Go be a person for a while.
It was time to shut down the computer, cross the room, turn on the work computer, and give the useful part of my day to the job that pays the bills. And then I realized I keep treating my real interests like contraband. Something I'm allowed to sneak in before responsible life catches me. I think that little moment helped me understand what I have been getting wrong about this channel.
When I started this channel, I thought I understood what it was supposed to be. I am a woman living alone. I am getting older. I do not have a great deal of money. I have a paid-off little house, some pets, a job, a budget, and a social security check that is not going to sweep in wearing a cape and solve everything. Those things are real. They matter. I have to figure out how to live on less. I have to think about health insurance, property taxes, grocery prices, home repairs, and whether my knees are going to cooperate with whatever I have planned for the day. I am not pretending age does not matter. Age is part of my life. It is just not the whole personality. And I think I was beginning to make the mistake of treating it that way. Because when you look around YouTube, you see these categories: life over 50, life over 60, retirement over 60, starting over after 60. Everything is over 60. Apparently, once you pass a certain birthday, every activity requires an age disclaimer. I have not yet seen cleaning the cat box over 60, but I feel certain someone is working on it. And I understand why these channels exist. People want to find other people in the same stage of life. They want information that applies to them. They want to know they are not alone. I want that too. But I do not want to turn into a person who wakes up every morning and asks, "What would an over 60 woman do today?" I know what this over 60 woman does. She drinks coffee. She goes to work. She worries about money. She feeds the dogs. She tries to keep the house from gradually returning to the earth. And then, when she is supposed to be doing something practical, she starts wondering whether she can build a talking imaginary friend in Unreal Engine. That is also me. Possibly more me than some of the sensible parts. And I have spent a lot of my life setting those parts aside. I have spent years doing what had to be done because it had to be done. And I am still doing some of that. I am not retired. I wake up in Illinois beside a dog who believes 5:30 in the morning is an excellent time to discuss breakfast. And part of how I make life work is by being practical. I make a budget. I use what I have. I freeze food. I avoid spending money I do not have. Those things belong here. But another part of how I make life work is by refusing to let practicality consume my entire identity. Because I can survive that way. I have survived that way. But I do not think I can remain fully alive that way. There has to be some room left for the odd little ideas, the drawings, the characters, the stories, the songs sung by sunflowers, the imaginary woman with white hair, cat-eye glasses, and a flower on her shirt who has somehow become a fairly serious technical project. Fab started as a drawing on an envelope. Now she has a voice, memories, facial animation, and opinions. She lives inside my computer, which is honestly more housing security than some of us have. And there is no practical reason for me to be doing any of this. No one hired me. No one requested it. I did it because I wanted to know whether I could, and because something in me wakes up when I am trying to make an impossible little idea become real. It may not look responsible. It may not immediately make money. It may not fit neatly beside 5 affordable meals for one, but it is part of how I make it work. And I think that may be what this channel is actually about. A life can be small in scale and still be large on the inside. My house is small. My budget is small. My audience is currently small enough that we could probably all fit in the kitchen if nobody brought a large purse. But my inner life is not small. And yours may not be either. Somewhere inside you, there may be a novel, or a garden, or a business idea, or a strange little puppet show. There may be something you keep postponing because it does not seem useful enough, or because you think you are too old, or because nobody around you understands why it matters. Maybe nobody needs to understand. Maybe it matters because it is yours. That is where I am now. I want to be useful here. I want to talk honestly about money, work, aging, living alone, and the practical business of keeping a life running. But I also want to show you what I am building, even when it is ridiculous, even when it fails. I want to experiment with technology that I am absolutely not supposed to understand at my age. Not because older people cannot understand it, because apparently nobody understands it. So this channel may wander sometimes. We may go from Social Security to a talking avatar, from freezer meals to poison ivy, from treadmill walking to imaginary worlds. The promise is this: I am going to tell the truth about the life I have, while still trying to create the life I want. I am not going to pretend the hard parts do not exist, and I am not going to pretend the hard parts are the only interesting thing about me. I would rather work a strategy. I would rather make something. I would rather laugh when possible. And when none of that works, I will probably talk to Fab.
So, that is what I figured out today. I have been trying to choose between the practical Mary and the strange creative Mary, as though only one of us is allowed to be on this YouTube channel. And that is ridiculous. They are both the same woman. The woman worrying about property taxes is also the woman trying to teach an imaginary person in cloud pants how to talk, sometimes within the same 15 minutes. So I'm not abandoning the practical parts of this channel. We are still going to talk about money, work, living alone, food, aging, and how to keep an ordinary life running. Those things matter. But I'm also going to show you what I'm trying to build and what happens when it works, when it fails, or when Fab goes off on one of her tangents. Because perhaps making life work is not only about keeping everything from falling apart. Perhaps it is also about making room for something that makes us want to get up in the morning. That is what I'm trying to do here. Tell the truth about the life I have while building the life I still want. And tomorrow morning, before work gets the useful part of me, Fab and I have an appointment. There may be something in your life that makes no practical sense, but makes you feel more like yourself. I hope that you give it a little time this week, not after every responsible thing is finished. They are never finished, are they? Give it some time while you're still awake enough to enjoy it. And if you're trying to build a modest life that is still large on the inside, you're welcome here.
Come on in, the lights are on, the kettle's humming, soft and strong. You don't have to know what you're doing yet. Just bring your heart